expansion here. Twilight Fortress offers you these really free expansions inside your base. You can just wall them off pretty nice, which is kind of what they're doing. But even so, with that in mind, you really can't mentally count these as expansions on Twilight Fortress because the real money is out here in the central battlefield. And what Kumji actually does well is he's pretty aggressive in actually setting up this secondary base. He's got these two expansions right beside each other, kind of fortifying this as a base in itself. So he's got this north position with an evolution chamber, no upgrades there, but yeah, he's got that original position, and then he's got this secondary base. So let's see what he can make happen out of that. Some kind of strange play from a Zerg player, Kumji here. He's kind of using more like a Terran mentality, and that he's getting a lot of static defense at our front door. Myself, I'm playing a little more conventionally. I've got a Hydralisk force supported by Overlords making creep. But yeah, Kumji is really concerned about fortification on this front door, as well as his secondary base. He's got a drone party here, kind of slacking off, not doing their jobs. Maybe Kerrigan is going to whip them into shape later. We'll never know. Myself, I'm choosing to try for this high yield expansion. These yellow minerals, of course, return more minerals with each drone trip. Trip back to the hatchery, that is. So yeah, taking gold expansions is very risky. You're usually going to find them in more vulnerable areas of the map, but yeah, they do offer a higher financial bonus. Protoss players, they have fairly nicely saturated natural expansion, so they're not that far behind. Kumji actually is skyrocketing ahead of all of us in income just due to his huge base influence all over the map. I'm trying to tell Kumji to push out with me. I'm getting kind of antsy. I've got all of these Hydralisks and a pair of Infestors. Meanwhile, Kumji he really just wants to stay in his base. And yeah, he's saying he wants to defend, which I can't really fault him too much, just due to the fact that he's got this crazy income. It is going to help us a lot late game. So I say, alright, you do that. I'm going to go harass them, see what I can get done over here. I do have to apologize if I'm making a lot of disgusting noises, just snorting and coughing and whatnot. I'm coming off of a cold, and yeah, my voice is not as desirable right now, but hey, that's how it goes. Hydralisks now are going to encounter these Stalkers and Zealots. Zealots with that charge. I pull back here to my Infestor support. They're not casting anything. There's a fungal growth. Only trapping a small amount of Zealots. It wouldn't matter too much because I'm just going to overwhelm these Protoss players. They don't have any upgrades. My boys have one attack upgrade and one armor upgrade. Got that improved burrow research on those Infestors, so they're kind of crawling around underground there. You can see that animation. Hydralisks are joining the burrow party there, the burrow club. There's my lair tech. I'm trying to do some sort of a contain here with these burrowed Zerg units. The Protoss macro is kicking in to a degree. He's got Colossus coming out. These guys really, though, if you're a Protoss player, do note that they are not using their chrono boost whatsoever. There's the tooltip for you. Very useful. Very good at increasing your just overall production speed. All of their nexuses or nexi are capped at energy, so they haven't been using it at all. It's very bad. I'm gonna snipe out that one stalker there. He never knew. He never saw that coming. These other Hydralisks just sort of setting up a Zerg perimeter, making sure the routes between the expansions are nice and safe for the drones, I guess. So at this point, yeah, I do want to note one of my difficulties as just like a copper and bronze player. A reason that I am so far down the beta ladder is because I have trouble spending my resources when you watch my games, you can see that sometimes, you know, my bank and my Vespine bank gets up to, like, at some points 1,000, and, you know, on my off days 1,500. You never want that. You want to be spending your money as fast as possible. That's definitely one of my weaknesses. But I will be working on that. Hopefully, just, you know, watching videos and playing games, practice generally will help me to improve. Sort of rally pointing some infestors over here. Just doing some brief scouting with these infestors, making sure that, you know, there's no funny stuff coming out from the Protoss. Yeah, still Kumji with these crazy expansions and this drone party. He's way ahead of everybody in income, as you can see here by the indicator. What the Zerg players, so myself, ZZvPP and Kumji at this point, what we need to do, I think we need to harass them a little bit more, because Protoss have this nasty habit of playing defensively, letting their macro kick in, and then pushing out with a devastating Doomsday army. Let's take a page from HD Starcraft there, using the term Doomsday. It's good stuff, but yeah, this is exactly that. He's got all these Colossus, which are melting my Hydralisks away. Some infestors go down. His fungal growth now going down. They need to be casting Neural Parasite, though, as that counters Colossus very nicely. There's a couple tentacles there controlling one Colossus. He's going to be firing on his own buddies. But yeah, this potentially devastating Protoss army is just melting away my forces, due to the fact that, yeah, they've got just army superiority, and my buddy Kumji doesn't have any forces in play. So these Colossi are going to help themselves to this expansion, which I have to cancel. So really our main concern here is this really threatening Colossus army. They're going to go ahead and stride over the map, excuse me, and just do as much damage as they can. Gross. They're going to encounter these Hydralisks, melting them away. Infestor is dropping some fungal growth. There's another Neural Parasite. He's going to get sniped out. It is a channeling spell, so if you can't keep that Infestor who's doing the mind control alive, then his target is going to become free because he's dead. So you want to have support for those Infestors. They can't do it all by themselves. They are a caster unit. So at this point, Kumji realizes, okay, we're in trouble, I need to get some units in play. He throws out some Mutalisks, which are a hard counter to these Colossi, because Colossi cannot attack air. In come these Mutalisks, they're going to wail on the Colossus a little bit. They do have some Stalker support. Kumji needs to focus fire these Stalkers to make sure that his army survives, but there are actually a lot of Stalkers here. They're going to be pushing these Mutalisks back. Here's a secondary group of Stalkers and Zealots harassing my main group of Hydralisks. A nice blink here on the Hydralisks. The Hydralisks, however, are 2/2 upgrades. The Protoss players have none, to my knowledge. He might have that range upgrade on the Colossus, as that's just kind of obligatory, really. Now here's where the Spine Crawlers pay for themselves to an extent. They're pushing back this force a little bit, but really with those War of the Worlds machines pushing in on our front door, it's not looking good for the Zerg players right now. Spine Crawlers wailing away, doing what they can. Some reinforcements now streaming in from the south end. Yeah, as you can see, these Spore Crawlers, the anti-air static defense for Zerg, are targeting the Colossus. This is because